Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, I had Ian Gaming on my channel last night on stream, and you know what? He came up with a really cool brand new Unkillable team, which he has built, pulled the speeds together for, which is incredibly difficult to do. This is a highlight video of that team, how it performs on all affinities of Clan Boss. Hope you enjoy it, guys. Let's get into it.
So I've been doing content creation for 6 months.
Brilliant. And how are you finding it?
Yeah. It's great. It's super awesome. I mean, everyone say that, but it's actually the biggest truth is that Raid community is awesome. Awesome people. Just awesome people.
For sure. And
it's
is this
a lot
your
of
full-time
work.
job?
No. I own 2 martial arts and Chinese culture schools, and I do content creation on the site.
Okay, wicked. Yeah, nice. That's cool. That's very different walks of life there.
Yeah. But I always loved like having a community and teaching. Like teaching is the thing that when I was 6 years old, I looked into my father's eyes and I said, I want to be a teacher one day. I want to teach. I want to do something that shows people what I know. And I mean, in this way, it's very likely the 2 things.
That's cool, man. And would you ever see yourself going full-time on content creation, or is that not something you're even kind of trying to do?
I think the way my life goes right now, it's kind of not possible to go full in content creation because I own those 2 schools and I love this job. But I'm trying to improve and spend more time doing content creation and like trying to give a little less time on the other job and getting a little more time on the content creation side.
Okay, that sounds cool. So I guess the first big question is, what actually is your name? So I keep calling you Ian, but I don't know if that's actually your name. I see Ian from your name, but is that actually your name?
Yeah, so my name in Portuguese, we pronounce Ian. But all my English teachers in all my life called me Ian, so I'm used to it.
Okay, good.
And actually, I don't know if you saw it, but Avatar: The Last Airbender, the AAanG, the protagonist, fights a martial art based on Bagua Zhang or Pakwa, which is the martial art that I teach.
Ah,
so
nice.
My name, Yang, comes from my name and Ang together.
Ah, right, okay. So I can't remember. I have seen it, but I can't remember the characters actually. What type of enemy is that? Is it a fire hurler or
no?
Avatar, I mean.
The protagonist fights a martial art that is very circular and uses a lot of circles and non-direction kicks and punches and stuff. And
cool.
that martial art that he fights in the anime, in the show, it's based on the martial art that I teach. So it's very cool to have the thing.
And is it like I don't know the type that you do, but are you literally like black belt equivalent? Is there such a thing?
Yeah. I'm black belt, 4th degree, and more, because we don't teach just martial arts. We teach archery, yoga, energy, and Chinese tradition medicine, and a lot of stuff.
Oh wow, sounds cool, man. So we don't want to upset you anyway. That's what it sounds like. Okay, cool. Well, let's get into your account then. So obviously you redeemed a showcase. I knew that you've been doing a lot of content anyway on YouTube, so I thought this would be a really interesting one to do. So how long did you say you've actually been playing Raid for?
A year. Tomorrow it's 1 year exactly.
Yeah. And where would you class yourself within the game? Are you properly end game now? Are you near end game?
I think I'm near end game. I can't finish Doom Tower hard yet. I'm stuck at level 80. Last month and the first month I got stuck at 80. But I mean, as you do, I love clan boss. Like clan boss tuning, speed tuning is like my jam. I do a lot of takeovers for clan boss and speed tuning clan boss. So I built this crazy comp, and I was like, okay, I have to showcase it.
Oh,
I'm a different Ian, but the idea is the same.
Nice, nice, yeah. Or shall I bring up the calc, or do you want to talk us through? No, talk us through what you're planning to do first.
Yeah, I was I got a Maneater like 8 or 10 months ago, so I built a budget Maneater.
Yeah,
I was doing like I got a Draco fairly early in my accounts too, so I was doing like 25 mil on Ultra Nightmare, and I was like scaling up my damage. And when I was like close to 2 key and close to 1 key on Nightmare, I got Feign before she was fixed.
sure.
So with Feign, I was able to 2 key Ultra Nightmare, 1 key Nightmare, and do Brutal as well. So I was like super happy.
Wow.
And then they fixed her, and I dropped to 3 key Ultra Nightmare.
Oh no!
I got Septimus.
Right, okay.
I got Septimus, and I was like, okay, nice. I can do a very nice spider comp now. But I have to use Septimus for my Unkillable to get to 2 key again.
Okay.
For like two months, I did this, and then I built kreela budget Unkillable, and I got again to 2 key. I released my Septimus for Spider.
Nice.
And I've gone for 1 or 2 months more in this situation. And one day, I don't know where this came, but one day I was looking at my roster, and I was like, okay, what if I built a tower and try a tower Maneater without Painkeeper, and maybe put Septimus into it? So when I was trying to build this team, I had like a lot of things that I really wanted to do. First, I didn't want to change Septimus build. Like Septimus is like 170 speed, and I was like, okay, I cannot go very high with his speed because I don't want to change his builds very much, because he's built for my 22 seconds 100% spider comp.
Yeah.
I really want kreela to go 4 to 3 so I can have her buffs every time. I really want Maneater to block the second AoE and the stun for everyone. So right before the stun, everyone has to take 1 turn, because if someone takes 2 turns, it loses the buff, and I can be stunned and die. So okay, let's do this. I go to Deadwood Jedi calculator. I spend like a week or 2 playing with the speeds, and I came out to this crazy 5-3 Maneater 287 speed, a 4-3 Rush Guard the Tower, 4-3 kreela with a Draco and a Septimus.
Wow. So I don't think I've seen this before, and had you seen it anywhere before you built this?
No.
So
no.
A lot of people have said to me, can you do it? Can you build Tower and Maneater together? And I didn't know if it was possible or not. I'd never seen it. Seeing this, I wonder if Tower could just be Warcaster as well.
Actually, not yet. A clanmate actually challenged me into building one that works with Warcaster today. So I will be working on that. But the thing is that Tower takes a turn before the AoE 1, like in the middle of everyone. But as his buff is 2 turns, it doesn't matter if someone takes a turn after him.
Yeah, so he doesn't place it at the end of turn 1.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's cool though. So you've got Maneater and Tower working together. So you've got Septimus and kreela bringing your ally attack, Septimus bringing a ton of damage. And who was your 5th champion? Draco?
Draco. Yeah.
Who's your slowest champ?
Draco.
Yeah,
no, actually my slowest champ is Septimus.
Oh, sorry, Septimus. Yeah. So these speeds, then, where
Yeah.
did you come up with the speeds? How did you come up with them?
Actually, I really it was kind of luck. Not exactly, but I looked at I think it was Scratch that built a Maneater comp that goes 5.3.
Yeah.
So I looked at those speeds. I looked at the double Maneater speeds, and I was like, okay, I need a Maneater around 80 to 85, something there. I need rush cards to be the second fast, so maybe 240 to 35. And I
Yeah.
actually saw that when rush card hit 239, he goes 4-3, like fully tuned, almost independently of the speeds of the other champions.
Right.
So
Okay.
I plugged, actually, I just plugged Draco like 175, and I was like, okay, +1, +1, +1, +1, plus less one, less one, less one. I
Yeah.
played it for a week or two,
Sure.
and I came up, it's kind of luck, but I mean, I was not playing it blindly because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
saw other comps and I had an idea.
This is what people don't realize. So when I often get asked the question, what if I've got these two champions? Can they be my unkillable? And I'm like, they probably can, but these comps don't just kind of come out of nowhere. People spend a long, long time running numbers, testing little tweaks, and it might be pushing up by one, and then you're pushing someone else down by one. And eventually,
Yeah.
it just all pings in, and you're like, we've got it. It's like a eureka moment. You're like, yes, we found it. Yeah, that's cool. I've got a video coming out tomorrow with 5 Paragons. And I did a similar thing.
Cool.
I found a comp that worked in terms of like on the calculator. And I actually closed it. And it took me another 4 hours to get back to the comp that worked. Yeah, I closed it. And in my head, I had a kind of idea of the numbers. I closed it by accident. And yeah, it took me another 4 hours to find it again. So that's like the behind the scenes of what this stuff does to you. Right, should we get into showing it off then?
So today we're in Spirit, and Spirit is kind of finicky for the first stun, and then it's like, okay, but the first stun, we need a little bit of luck. No, sorry, I sent you the wrong comp. That okay. That's the right one. Sorry.
Okay.
This comp that you opened is like a budget version of the budget Unkillable.
Right. Okay.
I'm working with lower speeds for the budget Unkillable that works with counterattack or ally attack for both Nightmare, Ultra Nightmare, and Brutal. I'm almost there. Yeah.
Nice, man. So I see you've got everyone going just one turn.
Part.
Yeah, so say again.
That's my favorite part of this game.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. It's really fun, I think, when you actually find that comp that's slightly different and a lot of people have said it's just almost impossible to do. So
yeah.
This is cool. So looks like it works like a dream. At what point do you actually get to auto?
Turn 3.
Oh, okay. That's really good. There's a lot of people, they are put off by comps if they need to put some work into it, which is... people don't like working hard. So let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah. Like I have to walk you through some like finicky usage of the abilities in the first turns because we are in Spirit, because the clan boss will like to stun Maneater. So the Maneater hits with A1 first.
Yep.
And then Tower hits with A1. Draco A2.
This is Kreela.
And Kreela A1.
Kreela A1. And then first clan boss turn, yeah?
Yeah. Okay, so tower. I think you got tower.
We're on Draco. Let me share my screen with you one sec.
Draco. And okay.
I might just mess up our camera a sec, but let's do this.
No. Don't need.
Sure.
I have it here. So
Okay.
Draco A2,
Yeah.
Septimus A1, Maneater Unkillable, Tower A1, and Kreela A1.
Okay.
So now
So we blocked the first set of debuffs. Perfect.
Yeah. Now with Maneater, we hit A2 or A1. With Draco A3, Tower A1 again.
Yeah.
Septimus A2, and
Oh,
Kreela, we can hit A3 and hope that the stun goes either Draco or Septimus.
Nice.
It worked?
Yeah, so it hit Septimus.
Ah, nice. So now it's auto.
So the tower's going to do Unkillable now,
A3,
yeah? Yeah, perfect. Okay, let's let it run through. So
nice.
if you were doing this on anything other than Spirit, would your setup have been different there?
Just for Draco and Kreela and Septimus. I would use A3 for Draco right at the beginning, and Kreela I would just like use A3 and then A2, and Septimus A2 when I have decreased defense and weaken. Because like I found that with this setup for Draco, Septimus, and Kreela, the clan boss tends to hit Septimus because of the amount of buffs and because Draco is not high health. Because if I don't use A3 on Draco right before the stun, he hits because he's like below half health. So he uses Life Drinker to go like super high HP, and then the clan boss hits Maneater, and the comps goes down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like I tried like 4 days in a row against spirits to find that my setup needs to be different for my damage dealers, which is crazy.
and a lot of the time, people are put off by using someone like a tower just because of Spirit, aren't they? Like, it's the last thing you want to do is put all this effort into building an unkillable team, and then there's particular clan boss fights that you just can't do. So no, it's cool.
This comp actually works for Nightmare and Brutal as well. I just need to change speeds of Draco and Kreela for Nightmare and Brutal, so it works every difficulty. And I actually really need. The other thing that led me to build this comp, it was like I really wanted to do a one key Ultra Nightmare, and so I don't have 2 Maneaters to doing a double Maneater or a Bat Maneater.
Yeah.
And I didn't have Doom Priest because I could do Rush Guard and Skull Crusher. But I didn't have a Doom Priest. I could do a Batman comp, but I didn't have a Doom Priest. And in my clan, like half an hour after the clan boss reset, it's already dead.
Yeah,
yeah.
So which is like almost every higher end clan, isn't it? If you're not there right at the start, basically that is it. You're going to have to deal with all the affinities.
Yeah. So I needed a friendly clan boss team. So that was what led me to build Maneater to block both the second AoE and the stun. I needed it because I didn't have Doom Priest. Actually, I got this comp to work. The next day, I got Doom Priest.
Did you really? Nice, nice. So it feels like then, and for people that do just have a Warcaster instead of Tower, if you can just get the rotation different on the position of where Tower does his A3, to switch with Septimus.
Yeah.
That
It's
feels like
very
close,
hard.
doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. It's very hard. Actually in Nightmare it works. If you are playing with the calculator, if you go to Nightmare, you will see that. No, you actually don't. You actually don't. But I think what I was thinking today after my clanmate challenges me to build a comp that works with Warcaster. I think if I have to slow Kreela down to a 1/1, and then I can play with Roshkar the Tower's speed, so I can get him to be a Warcaster.
Yeah, because it's so close. He's actually really close to taking his next turn at the end of
Yes.
your first AOE, isn't he?
Yeah. Actually it is. I actually didn't actually saw that.
Yeah, he's at 1/1.
Interesting.
So for those that are using Deadwood's calculator, what you can do is you can click at the end of a cell, and it will tell you who's going to go next. You see here, Clan Boss is taking a turn, but actually Maneater is really close to taking another turn before the Clan Boss on this first one. This is where it gets difficult because you're trying to make sure that if you're trying to speed somebody up to take their turn next, it doesn't necessarily mean that you speed up the champion that you want to speed up. It might be you slow someone else down. And that's where it becomes extremely difficult to do these type of builds. But he's actually really close to doing it.
Yeah, especially because I really need to for the Maneater to block the second AoE and to block the stun. So everyone needs to take a single turn before the AoE. So actually in the calculator, if you speed up the Roshkar the Tower like 3 speed, everyone takes
great content.
Their double turns before the stun. I think it syncs, but everyone takes their double turn before the stun. Like 1 more speed, maybe. And like you like mess with with those rotations. I think it's tuned, but putting the single turn of everyone in the same rotation while taking a 5 turn with Maneater and a 4 turns.
It's amazing, man. Yeah, it's a real achievement, actually. What I love about it is I say to people, you've got to work with what you've got, and even though you've got great champions here, you've had to build something completely different because you just don't have the standard comp. You don't have the standard team to do it.
Yeah, that was like the start of everything. Is like work with what you got. I did a video about this comp, and I start the video literally with this phrase, like work with what you got. I know I have like very good champions, Septimus, Draco, Tower, Maneater, but the thing is, you have to work with what you got, man. It's like there's no way around it.
And actually, someone's saying here, Septimus is not great for Clan Boss. I don't know if you guys have been seeing. He hits so hard. If you could get Septimus built like this, he is great for Clan Boss. He is smacking so hard here.
And I mean the other thing about Septimus is like his extension in this comp. He attacks at least 4 times for every cycle of the Clan Boss. So, and there is a thing in Septimus that not everyone knows, that he extends with his hit, but he can also extend with his War Master proc. So every time he procs War Master, he can like extend it again. So actually, all these debuffs in the screen are like Septimus.
Sure.
Like, so
you're actually keeping poison up and your decreased defense up more frequently than you probably should be. Yeah.
Definitely. Septimus is like a key to the damage in this comp for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's strong because I need to be. He's like 5,005 in 200 attack with 250% crit damage, 100% crit rate. I think my best built champion in this comp is Kreela. Like Kreela is insane, man. Really? She hits so hard. She hits so hard, so damn hard.
And I take it everyone here has got offensive and then defensive masteries, have they?
Not Draco, because
Okay.
as I'm using tower, I can't counterattack in the first AoE. So I figured that Draco would benefit more if I had how it is in English, the mastery that extends debuffs.
Sense, yeah.
So I have more chances to Septimus to extend the poisons and decrease attack and
defense and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. So Draco is offense and support, and the other ones are offense and defense.
Yeah, I mean the damage
if I
numbers here are
had,
great.
yeah, yeah. I'm so proud of this comp. Like when I when I was at the calculator, I didn't have built my my tower because I got tower after Maneater. So I was like, okay, I won't build the tower because I have Maneater.
Yeah.
So I haven't built my tower, and I was at the calculator, and when the speeds aligned and I got the comp, I went straight to your optimizer. I built the whole team in the optimizer.
Sure.
I screenshot every build, and I was I saved it. Every build I saved on a screenshot, and I rushed to build tower so I can build this team.
Nice, man. Yeah, I mean, do you think you've got much scope for more damage in these builds? Is anyone here that you'd be like, you know what, I think I could get a bit more out of this champion?
Yes, Maneater a little bit more, and I think I can get more damage from Draco. He's
hitting hard.
Well
Draco's
built,
smacking pretty hard.
Yeah, but I really think I can get a little bit more of him. I mean, Kreela is like almost 5,000 attack and 277 crit damage, so I don't think I can go higher than this. Yeah, I can have reflex gear in Kreela, so I get more ally attacks and stuff. But and Septimus is like well built, but I still think I can get a little bit more on him. And Kreela is using those an amulet and a banner that reset my ability. So if I can get a ring with the same 28% attack, it's like better.
Sure. Yeah. No, that's awesome, man. So what we'll do, we'll show the builds again just afterwards. So a lot of people are asking for some of the stats. Would you be happy if we did a write-up on the website as well for people that wanted to copy this?
No, it's great. Yeah,
cool.
I can give you the links for the Nightmare and Brutal in the calculator too.
Yeah, fantastic. This is awesome. So 76 mil against Spirit Affinity. Is there any affinity that you don't one key?
Yes. Blue Affinity, I hit like 69 to 72, so it depends because Septimus hits a lot of weak hits, and Red Affinity is very hard because I use Draco and Rush Card and Kreela. When I get Fahak in the Fat, I think I can get close or one key at Red Affinity, but it's very hard. It's very hard.
Would you swap Feign in for Draco just for Force Affinity?
That's I would for sure to test it, but I don't know if it would hit so hard because Draco was hitting like 280 hits with A1.
Yeah, no, yeah, he hits really hard. I'm just thinking like all those weak hits against Force.
Yeah.
But no, it's cool, man.
And the poisons.
Really cool. Yeah, and the poisons, of course, yeah.
And I just want to point that Kreela hit it harder than Septimus.
Yeah, wow. That's actually
Kreela
insane.
is insane, man.
Yeah. That's actually crazy. Kreela does 16 mil, Septimus 15 mil. And you probably got a couple of mil maybe worth of Maneater extra damage like possible, haven't you?
Yeah, for sure. Like I stripped my Arbiter to make this 287 Maneater.
I know the feeling. Yeah. Let's just show these.
My Arbiter was like 340. My Arbiter was 340. Now she's 310.
Wow. Yeah. So actually, you've got one set crawl, one set crit damage.
Yes.
So even though this is an insane build, there's still scope in this as well. I know it's strong, but it's not maxed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still really strong. So 4/7 attack, 270 crit damage. Damn, that's good.
Yeah.
And I take it everyone pretty much has got these masteries, apart from Draco, yeah.
I mean, as I said, I think Kreela is like the best build in the comp.
Yeah, it's awesome. And you got speed boots. So this is something else which I'd be interested to see. Even in my gear, I wonder if I could get the speed to go attack % boots. Is that something you considered? I guess you use the optimizer, so it's kicked out what it thinks is your best.
I moved my head so they see it's like 221 speed. For me, it's like impossible, and I would lose a lot of other things to like search for speed in the comp. So
yeah,
for me it's impossible. But I mean, if I could, it would be insane.
Yeah,
Septimus and Draco, they are both in attack boots.
Right. Okay. So we've got Draco, speed gear, crit damage gear, 181 speed, 5.1k attack, 262 crit damage.
And,
obviously, we saw those hits.
And like 3 days ago, I used your damage optimizer tool. It's like super cool. This tool is very nice, and I wasn't able to hit like the mark in terms of balance between damage, attack, and crit damage, but it improved like 3 million damage just from tweaking.
It's actually so surprising how much of a difference it makes. Like people, like me included, like go back a month before we started to look into this stuff, before it started to become widespread. It would just be stack crit damage, and actually, you start pushing that attack number back up. I've got Senti in the chat saying, what are you talking about? Senti was a big kind of contributor around making that tool with Saphira. But we're actually looking to get, as kind of the next big update for the optimizer, the damage calculator into the tool.
Oh, yes.
But kind of taking it a step further to say, against a set criteria, this is what your build will hit for. Because at the moment, basically what the tool says is, you should put a bit more crit damage rather than attack. But a lot of people don't understand that. Don't take crit damage away if you can't give it more attack. You know, you still want to push as much damage as you can. But what we'll actually do is say, on this type of build, this is your potential damage output versus the next type of build, this is your damage output. So I'm looking forward to it because it's, again, I think it's just going to like change people's lives. The people that like to use these things anyway.
For sure.
So yeah, it's
for sure.
Should be cool. Let's have a quick look at the tower build as well.
The optimizer is like insane, man. I use it daily.
Yeah, it's cool,
so good.
Oh, I'm pleased you do, man. I'm pleased you enjoy it as well. It's when I first saw like the initial version of it, I was like, damn, this needs to be more accessible and more usable for like the average player. And at that point, I was just like, I need to get hold of the guy that builds this thing and find out how we can make that happen, because I was so like, even in the early stages, it was crazy. Yeah, this is good. So again, you've gone
with tower, I was like playing around the HP and attack, because like the HU, the multiplier for the HU is like way better when he hits with HP, but in my comp he hits like 3 times with A1 for 1 time with A3. So actually, I was doing some multiplication with damage and some other crazy stuff, and I found that the balance between HP and attack for my comp, it would give me more damage.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, like, I know that it's not a necessity at all, but you'd have another 20% damage. So every hit he does on his A1 with books would give you a 1.2 multiplier. Which I did a video today on books. Yeah, I did a video today on books, and I was just kind of like, look, depends on your account and what you're doing. if you're already successfully doing stuff, then perhaps you don't need to do the books. But for me, I would be wanting to book this guy because it's what I'm like. I can't help myself. Like if I'm trying to push a comp as far as I can push it, I'm like, we got to find some more books. Which is it's not a good place to be. But yeah, absolutely. It's cool to see there's still more scope, even with the crazy build you got, to be able to push this more. Let's have a look at the Septimus build.
Yeah.
So you said this was like this build.
Okay.
Is this? Sorry, I was just gonna say, is this build exactly as it was before? For your spider comp, have you just almost had to been able to leave it exactly as it was?
Yes, I just changed the masteries. So I was using Helm Smasher, and now I'm using War Master. That's it.
Yeah,
actually, I was using like a first hit nuker build for the masteries, and now I'm using a more like a clan boss build.
Sure.
Like mixed, because I use Gerptuk in my spider comp, so I need the Stoke to Fury mastery, so like a mix.
Okay. But ultimately, like, if we go back to your initial aim, which was, I want to keep Septimus as he is, because he's in my spider team, but I want to build around that. You've been able to do that, but just kind of swap masteries, yeah?
Yeah. Do you want to show the spider team?
Yeah, let's just show the last champ first, quick. Let's do the Maneater.
Oh, yeah. Maneater.
So 2.6, yeah, so you've probably got a good, maybe scope for another. I guess he's so fast it's hard to do, but a scope for about another. And plus, obviously, you don't want him to take the stun as well. So there's a few things going on here that you've got to be a bit careful of.
Yes. I need some HP, some defense. I need 100%. Because, like, for tower, I figured, like, one turn he spends putting the block damage, and for the other 3 turns, he has the buff from Kreela. So he only needs the 70% crit rate. But Maneater spends, like, 1 turn, and he hits at least 4 times with A1 and A2. So I was like, okay, let's put him 100% crit rate.
Yeah, I wonder if... So, are you saying that he doesn't hit with Kreela's buff up as often? Because it feels like even for those first couple of turns, I get it. But after that, is he not going to get more benefit from having 70%?
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I did not test with 70%. But now that I'm using those reset rings and amulets and banners on Kreela is like all over the place. But my first... My first comp was like I used Kreela's buff right before Tower, right after Tower puts his block damage. So Tower always have the buff from Kreela. So I cannot do this for both Tower and Maneater. So Maneater will have at least 2 hits without Kreela's buff.
Okay.
But I don't know.
That makes sense. Yeah, someone's just asking, do you need accuracy to extend debuffs? Yes, you do.
Yes.
Yeah. I thought I'd come back and check your build, but yeah, 100% you do.
The good part was I actually built my clan hall for accuracy for spirits high because of Molly and Lysandra. So I had a high accuracy great hall for spirits. I just put a banner with the same speed on Septimus with accuracy, and it's done.
Right. Nice. Yeah, really nice.
Yeah.
Is this the right team?
Yes.
Okay, let's see it. Full auto, yeah?
Yeah.
What is going on with this team? I'm more interested in this. What is going on with this?
Yeah. Barrow is my secret weapon.
Yeah.
Level 50, 3 stars ascension, but he does the job. He does his unresistible decrease defense.
I didn't know that it was unresistible.
Yeah. Bam. Bam.
Wow. I didn't know that. How do I not know that? Because I just put him to the wayside. What is going on with that?
HU, I think.
This debuff is guaranteed. You know what?
Yes, it's the wording.
The wording. They're not consistent with their language, are they?
look at A4. A4 says true damage. It's like ignore defense, but like
Yeah.
true damage. What the hell is this, man?
Yeah, pure damage. Pure
Yes, pure
damage.
damage.
Like it's the only time that ever says that.
Man, when they translate that things to Portuguese, is like a mess. It's literally a mess.
Yeah.
It's not right in English, man. So Portuguese is like crazy.
Oh man, that's So someone's saying here as well that goes through. It's because it goes through block buffs as well.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
It lands through block debuffs, does it?
Wow,
I did not know that.
I'll test it, but I didn't know it as well. Like I pulled Baron like so early in my account. It was like I came to your stream and I was like, hey, Baron is it's good, and you were like, eh.
Yeah. Well, I'm still kind of like that, but I guess I don't know him well enough.
Yeah. Like he was my vault guardian until one day someone said to me, "But you have unresistible decreased defense." And I was like, "I don't have Ghostborn." And no, Baron. I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And then I got to build this comp, and this comp led me to, okay, I need Septimus to kill the spider, and then it led me to, okay, I need Septimus to do both things.
Yeah, amazing. That is awesome. Well, I learned a few things today. Brilliant. I love it. I always love it when someone comes on and does a showcase, and it's like, right, I know some new stuff about this game that I've played for the last 2 years. No, that's cool, man. Look, thanks for coming on. Thanks for showing us your amazing comp. And as I said earlier on, like people don't realize the time and effort it goes into making these teams from scratch and finding out the speed comps and all that type of stuff. And then someone else will just come along, watch a video, and they'll be like, yeah, I'm just going to use that. And it's cool. It's cool that people want to do that, but also they don't appreciate like the real hard work that goes into it. So no, really appreciate you coming on, man. So there you have it. I will link Ian's YouTube channel below, but be aware it is in Portuguese. But he's also a Twitch streamer as well, so I'll link his Twitch ad as well. Feel free to check him out. Really cool ideas, really nice guy. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'll see you later.